guys, it's Brittany. Welcome back. So in today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you my mommy makeup routine. So in my vlog, I think it was the last vlog before this video or the one before that, I had done my makeup and I timed it for you. I told you how long it took me and I told you how simple it was. I don't always do my makeup. For the most part, my face is just like this. And I actually have found it that when I don't wear makeup, my skin is so much more clear. If you guys have been loyal subscribers to me, you know that I did struggle with hormonal acne and I still have occasional breakouts on my chin, but for the most part, I really don't break out. And I think a lot of it has to do with making sure my brushes are clean and basically staying away from full faces every day. So if I'm going out and I'm going to be doing things throughout the day, I do like to put on a little bit of makeup. What I say is I like to put my face on, and a lot of you guys requested that you wanted to see my mommy makeup and the quick routine. So I do have my beauty blender right here and I'm just in my bedroom. Adriana just woke up from her nap and I'm kind of doing things backwards because I wanted to be in front of natural lighting to show you guys like the real deal instead of getting all my big lights out, my studio lights. I figured the best light is natural light. So I'm kind of filming backwards here, my vanity's here, so I'm just going to be working from the side of me, and yeah, let's get started. The very first thing that I like to use is primer. So today I'm going to be using my Too Faced Primed in Peachy primer. I really love this. For one, it's super mattifying, and right now it is summer, so it's nice because I do get really oily, like my skin gets crazy oily throughout the summer. I go from having dry skin to oily skin, combination, I get it all. So I've been really liking using this stuff for this time of year, and it just keeps my face super mattified and like really nice. I also have noticed it doesn't really break me out like at all. Some primers tend to break me out. I don't know if it's like the silicone in some of them, but my skin will break out still to some products that certain ingredients in them. So I've been really sticking with this Primed in Peachy by Too Faced because I've noticed that it hasn't really broken me out. Now, I don't always use this stuff, but I did use this in the last video where I showed you guys my face. Now, if it's a winter day, I'm not using this, but since it is super sunny today and it's gonna be hot the rest of the week, when I do my makeup, I love putting on this L'Oreal Lumi Glotion. I don't know what is in this stuff, but I have used so many different illuminators that are supposed to do kind of the same thing that this one does, and this one by far is my favorite. And on top of that, it's drugstore. So I've used like a Becca one and I think a Urban Decay one. This one by far is my favorite. I think it was around $15. I thought that was a little pricey, but compared to the rest of the high-end ones that I have, and knowing that this is drugstore and I can just go down the street and get it, that's a really nice thing to know, and it's worth it because the bottle is super big. And as you've seen, I didn't really use that much of it. I had to change a poopy diaper, so back to my makeup routine. I usually would do this when she's asleep, but she woke up a little bit earlier from her nap, so that's why she's awake and I'm filming it. But the foundation that I've been using right after I put on that Glotion is the new CoverGirl True Blend, another drugstore product. I really like this for just an everyday makeup. I do have more high-end, expensive, you know, foundations, but I've been really liking this one a lot for like an everyday look. I only use my high-end ones if I'm going out or on a date, I'm going somewhere like fancy or just an extravagant event, but everyday look, I like using drugstore foundations. I'm currently not self-tanned either. I'm using a really light foundation for myself, but it actually matches me really perfect. What I like to do, instead of buying just a whole bunch of foundations like when I do self-tan, I'll mix this with another darker foundation that I have instead of buying another one of these in a darker shade. It seems to be less expensive doing it that way. And then the concealer that I'm going to be using is my Maybelline Super Stay Better Skin. I've been really liking this one for everyday look as well. I usually do go for my Tarte Shape Tape. That's my all-time favorite concealer, you guys. Like, over everything, but for every day, just because I don't need something as thick as Tarte Shape Tape for an everyday look. So this is just to kind of give me that eye bag coverage, and it does give me a little bit of that highlighted look as well. I always get my concealers pretty light because I do like that highlighted look underneath. Now normally I would bake with my Laura Mercier setting powder, but instead I'm just going to take this little brush from IT Cosmetics, or no, Real Techniques, and I'm just going to set underneath my eyes. And I'm not going to bake today, I'm just going to apply it there. I love this stuff because it also gives you that effect of having a very light under eye. So it does go well with concealer. You guys can tell my eye bags look much better now. I am going to set everything right now with my Neutrogena Healthy Skin pressed powder in the shade light to medium. I love this stuff because it has antioxidants for your skin. Love also having clean brushes. And it's just an all over really great setting powder. And it also is from the drugstore. I've used loads and loads of different setting powders from Sephora and Ulta and just different things, Nordstrom's, but I've really just been sticking to this one for a really long time because I've found it really to match my skin, not make me look orange, and just set my foundation really nicely. Then going in with my L'Oreal bronzer. This is the Glam Bronze. I'm not sure if they have this exact one anymore, but I will link all of the products I'm using down below. Also link something similar to this because I know that they came out with one recently as well. And then I kind of just carve out my face, give me a little bit more of a bronze. And I have to do bronzer, like, makes such a difference. Once I'm done with bronzer, we move on to blush, and I kind of just go ahead and just pick any random blush for every day. I don't ever use the same one, but lately I've been using this Wet n Wild ombre blush. It's just a really, goes from like a peachy pink to a lighter pink, and it just seems to be good for like an everyday. It doesn't add too much pinkness, but it adds just the right kind of flushed look. So I am just going to add this to the cheeks. You make the weirdest faces when you're doing your makeup. I love watching like different people's facial expressions when they're doing their makeup. It's so funny. But we gotta do it. It's just a part of the routine. And then as for highlighter, that is a different story. I am a highlighter queen. I can't go without highlighter. For an everyday look, for, you know, a extravagant look, I'm wearing the same amount of highlighter because it's my favorite thing ever, and I feel like it does make you look way more put together when you're wearing highlighter, but that's just me. So I kind of have a big highlighter selection, but the combination that I've been using lately is, one of them is in the Anastasia Glow Kit, the Nicole Guerrero edition. I've been using Glow Getter. I love the gold in that one. And then I will use my Master Chrome. This is by Maybelline. This is the rose gold one. They did so good on these, you guys. I am blown away at these highlighters. I have both of them. I think there's 3, but I only have 2. And it was just because I was more interested in these 2. I think the third one, I already had something similar to it. But the way that these go on are just amazing. And look, with those combined, that is just perfection to me. I love the way that this glides on, and just, you can add these to any look. Like an everyday look, an extravagant look, a crazy look, like this is just gonna be perfect. And especially during the summer, it's gonna be glowing like sparkles in the sun, and that's just my favorite thing ever. So those are the 2 that I've been using, like my main staple, I would say, for highlighter combo are those 2. One of them is drugstore, one of them is high-end, but I will link down below some affordable options for the Nicole Guerrero one that's kind of like a dupe, because not everybody has that glow kit, and I'm not sure if they have it anymore, but there are some out there from the drugstore that are definitely similar to that one. And then for brows, I still have been using my Benefit brow pencil. This is the Goof Proof. I really haven't strayed away from this. I've been using this for a couple years now, and it just seems to be the best match for me. I used to use the Anastasia one, and it just wasn't doing the trick anymore, so I really have been liking this one. The spoolie on the end is really nice. It's high-end, but you can buy it from Ulta. I've been doing them myself for about a year now. I just was so over, like, when I was pregnant, going to those salons or nail places or whatever and getting my eyebrows threaded or waxed. They would just never turn out the way that I wanted them to. And I just hated the aftermath of so many different places. I'm like, oh my God, they they screwed up my brows. They were so thick and then they made them so thin. And it happened so many times that my friend was just like, why don't you do them yourself and just clean them up? And it's very easy to just clean them up yourself. It's, you know, it's cost effective because you're not spending $10 to $15 every month. Even though that's not a lot of money, it still adds up, you know. So I just started doing them myself and I really have been loving it so much more, and it does save money. And you know, if I screw them up, then it's my fault, but most of the time I'm pretty good about doing them, and I just like the way that they've been looking. They don't look thin, they're not super thick. Get one of those little brow shavers, or I think they look like this. I don't know exactly what they're called, but they're like little shavers for your face. You can use these on your brows if your brows are growing out of whack and you need to keep them up, or, you know, do them yourself. But I love using this. I use some tweezers and my little brow scissors, and that's it. And I just clean them up and I leave them thick. I leave them with all the hair. I just clean up underneath and on top, and they look exactly the way I've always wanted them. So no use of spending money on my eyebrows when I feel like I do them much better than anybody else. If you guys want to see an eyebrow routine, let me know down below. I can film myself when they're looking super grown out and crazy, and kind of showing you guys what I do to clean up my brows myself. So let me know if you guys want to see that. But I did just use my Milani brow shaping brow wax. If they're looking, you know, kind of, there's some stray hairs, I will go ahead and use this. And then just cleaning up any mess ups that I may have done underneath, I just use a little Q-tip and I keep those right on my vanity. Alright guys, and last but not least, I'm going to be doing my mascara, and I do switch between mascaras. If you guys are a loyal subscriber, you know that I love mascara and I use different kinds all the time. This one is by Neutrogena. I put this one on first as of lately because it has some ingredients that really help your lashes and just kind of condition them, because, you know, mascara isn't the best for your lashes. It does dry them out and it can make them fall out. So this actually has hyaluronic acid in it and it's supposed to help your lashes. So I love using mascaras like that, you know, that at least I'm feeling like they're helping my lashes be strong. I used to have the thickest and longest lashes. Don't know what happened. I didn't do anything to my lashes. They just, I don't know, they just got thinner. They are still pretty long. My friends always tell me, like, your eyelashes are still really long compared to mine. And I'm like, but if you would have seen them before, they were so long. And now they're just, like, mediocre. But it's okay. I think it's because when I had, you know, started to, when I was, like, pregnant, they were, like, super long, too. And then afterwards, you, like, lose your hair. I'm pretty sure that's probably happened to my eyelashes, since that's a form of hair. Okay, and then for bottom lashes, I've been using my Wet n Wild Make Length. I feel like this is the best. I mean, you could use this on your top lashes too, but I've been really, really liking it for my bottom lashes. I sometimes will put it on my top lashes, but not every time. And then to top off my lashes, I will use my L'Oreal Telescopic. This just makes them separated and a little bit more lengthened. And I don't like clumpy lashes that much anymore. I used to love the look of clumpy lashes, but this one really separates them and makes them not look so clumpy. So that is what my mascara looks like. And I just basically use those ones every single time. And then I obviously messed up a little bit on my eyelids, so I let that dry for a little bit, and then I will go back in with that same Q-tip that we used for my eyebrows, and I'll clean that up around where I messed up, because that's just inevitable. You're always going to get mascara most likely on the top of your lids. That's just, you can't get away from that. And as for lips, I have been using my NYX Butter Glosses for an everyday gloss, and I have been lining my lips first with this Urban Decay lip liner in Naked. I kind of just use different ones. This one I like a lot, but it really needs to be sharpened like crazy. But I feel like when you line them first before lip gloss, it just looks so much better. And it adds a little bit of color with the gloss as well, because this gloss can come off pretty light. It's in Creme Brulee, and it's just not the, it's not the darkest gloss. Just going back in, cleaning up that mess up. Alright guys, so that is it for my everyday mommy makeup routine. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, leave me a big thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe to my channel for more videos. Now, I did time this look last time. I was obviously talking in this video, so it did take a lot longer, and the video is longer than the actual makeup would have took if I wasn't talking throughout the video. But the actual makeup look takes approximately 7 to 8 minutes. Before, when I was timing it, I didn't put on any mascara because I had an eye appointment and I didn't want mascara on during the eye appointment. It did take about 7 minutes, but since I do usually put on mascara, I timed it around 7 to 8 minutes. So if I wasn't talking, that's how long this makeup look would have taken, and I hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know any future videos you guys want to see next, and I will see you in my next video. Bye guys.